Hello, friends and family from around the world. This is Mike with Daily Events Worldwide, and we are on June 8th, 2023. Welcome to another surviving day on the planet, and welcome to the Daily Do, giving you your space weather update as well. Earthquakes, volcanoes, and world weather. Checking out here the last 48 hours on our sun. Yesterday, reporting that large M-class solar flare. There has been no major new solar flares since, but watching lots of plasma filaments dancing around the surface of our sun right now, especially incoming. Having a look here at the last 48 hours, cresting into view. M-class solar flare on the left-hand side. A little plasma whip taking off from a small sunspot region, and as well, large plasma prominence cresting in. Looking at the last 48 hours outgoing, there were no major events in an outgoing fashion. No new space weather events thwarted our way. Having a look at multi-spectrum, this is where we can see the last 48 hours of events. Coronal holes, solar flares, plasma filaments, most active region right there. Sunspot 3324, and as well we do have two diminishing coronal holes at a north-facing view right now. Having a look at 171 angstroms, just a beautiful view of our sun, brought to you by Solar Dynamics Observatory, as well mixed with filters here with Daily Events Worldwide. I want to thank you all for tuning in. If you enjoy this information and all the images shared, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, let me know where you're watching from, and maybe share with your friends and family. There are 9 active sunspot regions right now, Earth-facing. Space weather conditions do remain low. Solar X-ray flux in low C range. Geomagnetic activity sitting at about a KP1. Real-time solar winds sitting at 329 kilometers per second after being up over 440. ISWA space prediction spiral showing small CME taking off outgoing fashion towards the Parker Solar Probe and Mercury. But again, no new events thwarted towards our planet. Having a look at LASCO 2 showing all of the cosmic energy taking off from our star. That large CME right there is not going to be affecting us. But we do have some pretty active sunspot regions turning in, keeping an eye on those over the next few days. Welcome to the Cosmic Dance Party, which is Solar Cycle 25, a maximum solar cycle. Let's get to earthquakes, as we did start the day with a sizable 5.7 earthquake. Rat Islands, Alaska. Aleutian Islands, 5.7, followed by 3.8, 4.3, 4.5. As well, Chiniak, Alaska, a 4.3 magnitude there, and increasing minor activity all across and northward. Elanuva, 3.3. Across the United States, nothing major to report. Seeing a lot of activity through central and northern California recently. Hawaii volcano is still erupting. Having a look here at the last 48 hours of imagery, showing the lava flows and as well the cooling surface, as the amount of lava that's been spewing up has calmed down and is starting to recede, revealing those islands that I was talking about in yesterday's show. So this is 1 out of 49 volcanoes that are active and erupting across the planet. Stay safe, stay aware and prepared. Got an air quality report coming up shortly. Carrying on here, 5.1 magnitude, Colombia was reported yesterday. Caribbean plate, very quiet today. Nothing major to report. South American plate, 4.5, Londres, Argentina. As well, a 5.1 rang out here. Southern Mid-Atlantic Ridge as well a 4.9 there, northern South Sandwich Islands. Activity here in Greece, 4.8 reported, and as well a 4.1 there in Turkey, and a 4.6 there, Tibetan Plateau, Western Xinjiang, China, 5.6 magnitude there yesterday, and as well the deepest earthquake today, 546 kilometer depth, eastern Indonesia, 4.9 there, Guam, 5.2 there, northern Papua New Guinea, and as well another 5.7 Loyalty Islands, and not too many deep earthquakes here through Fiji, Kermadec Islands seeing increasing activity, and as well New Zealand 4.4, 4.7, and a 4.8 Macquarie Island south of the Australian plate. And that's the last 24 hours for shakers across the world. Give you a glance here at the last 7 days for shakers, especially across the Great Ring of Fire on our planet. Waiting for something big here, Pacific Northwest, northward to Alaska, or possibly even Indian Plate. Mid-Atlantic Ridge, way too quiet, and as well Central America, way too quiet. And as I said, increasing activity across the North American Plate. Heads up and be ready. Let's have a look at the Pacific Disaster Center, showing the most recent satellite imagery around the world, and as well noting the most recent volcanoes getting updated today. Popocatépetl in Mexico, 216 active hazards. A lot of them are fires and floods. Air quality, looking at Ebico in Russia, Sabancaya in Peru, Dakono in Indonesia. So that's only about 5 volcanoes getting updated today. Having a look at satellite imagery, still 2 very large low-pressure systems over the Atlantic, one affecting eastern Canada, bringing some relief and moisture to Quebec. Overlooking the Pacific, we do have one tropical cyclone that is alive. Tropical typhoon Gukul. And there is the forecasted path of that. Looks like it will be missing land in Japan. Overlooking the Indian Ocean, where we have another tropical storm. Tropical cyclone Biparjoy is still alive and heading northward. And then satellite imagery over the rest of Africa and Europe. As moisture is moving in through most of Europe right now, but the air quality is set to change here, especially overlooking North America with all of the wildfires from Quebec, but now we've got wildfires in northern BC, Saskatchewan, and Alberta. Large plume there over the middle of the Pacific, and that is from the Kilauea eruption. Overlooking the Pacific here, you can see the Philippines, lots of SO2 coming out of that region. I'm wondering if the Taal volcano released an eruption. A lot of SO2 coming from that region. And as well off of Kamchatka, heading up into Alaska, getting grinded up into that low. Air quality is grim across eastern Canada right now, and it is going to get worse here through the Canadian prairies. Having a look at satellite imagery from today, large wildfires breaking out through northern BC, Saskatchewan, and northern Alberta. Look at all this wildfire smoke sweeping across the nation. Thoughts and prayers going out to everybody affected by these wildfires, evacuations, and as well the air quality that we have to deal with. These are some brand new fires today, and massive. So stay tuned, as I will be keeping you guys up to date daily on these wildfire situations. As through parts of Quebec, the fires have calmed down, but now the West is breaking out. And look at all the wildfires breaking out through Saskatchewan right now. There seems to be about a dozen or up to 20 that are breaking out. Having a look at satellite imagery showing hotspots, and as well the most recent fires breaking out. Northern BC and as well Saskatchewan. And it's going to stay warm through parts of central and western Canada, cooling down through eastern Canada right now with this low. And there is relief in sight, folks. It's coming. Having a look here at the world weather forecast, overlooking North America, high pressure ridge eventually going to be squeezed out by Saturday and then into Sunday. Monday, strong low pressure system heading through central United States and up into Ontario. Watch for an extreme weather event through southern states as well. You have an Alberta clipper here developing, heading north and eastward into the Hudson Bay. Long range forecast got another low pressure system heading into Ontario and one heading into BC, while one low pressure system lingers around the Atlantic provinces heading out into the Atlantic. Overlooking South America, Africa, the Atlantic, and Europe. Low pressure system bringing in waves of moisture through the United Kingdom and Spain and eastward. Low pressure system through the Mediterranean there developing next Wednesday into Thursday. And overlooking West Pacific and as well the Indies. We do have two tropical cyclones that are spinning and heading northward, one heading up into Japan coastline and one heading up into northern western India. High pressure ridge locked in over place Australia. No major weather events to report. Leave you here looking at the Pacific Ocean, showing the most recent low pressure systems and forecasted moisture. Not too much of it. Big, strong El Nino high. Stay aware and prepared. Stay young and have fun. And get your daily dew. We'll see you next video. Bye-bye now.
If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends and family from across the world.